Hi friends, we are starting this video. First video we learn about what is the Earth and Earth as a planet. We proved that Earth is in spherical shape, not in flat shape, by some experiments. First, the Bedford-Lab experiment. Second, the sighting of a sea experiment. Third, the Polestar experiment. And fourth, the satellite picture experiment. Then we learn about the circular lunar eclipse, that the moon changes shapes from one to another shape. And we learn about the circular horizon of the earth, and when the sun sets and the sun rises in flat and spherical surface. Then the circumnavigation of the route taken by the Magellana, and the earth has a heavenly body. Now we will start about the earth as a planet. Now I will read about Earth and oblates or spheroid. The Earth is said to be spherical, but it is not a perfect sphere. Its diameter varies at the equator and at the poles. Its diameter at the equator is 12,756 km so far, while its polar diameter is 12,714 km. This difference is diameter due to the centrifugal force of the Earth rotation at the great speed, which forms a large equator and a compression at the poles. Thus, the Earth is said to be an oblate period. The shape of the Earth is also described as geode, which means earth shaped. Now the next, Earth is the home of the humankind. Our Earth is the only planet that supports life. Unlike other planets, it is covered with green vegetation, waters, blue oceans, containing over a million islands, large number of streams and rivers, and long huge wells. Some form of life thrives virtually in every part of the earth, from the coldest part of the poles to the warmest part of the equator. Earth has certain features that make it habitable and thus a unique planet. Some of these features are given below. Now we will learn our distance from the sun. In this picture you see that where earth is and where sun is. Where the thousand is there is the sun, and where is the one there is the earth. So the earth is an optimum distance from the sun, hence it is neither too hot nor too cold. The distance between the earth and the sun make if possible on the earth. If it was closer to the sun, any life present would get burnt from too much heat of the sun. If it was farther from the sun, life would freeze because a lack of heat. This is the picture. Now the suitable temperature. See, first when we are in middle, so we get only less cold and less heat. When you will fast, then you will get so hot. When you will last, then you will get so cold. So the first point is the earth is the third planet for the sun, so we get less heat. It is the average temperature of 17 degrees Celsius only, which is suitable for the life existence. If the average temperature on the Earth's surface changed by only a few degrees, many species would perish due to extreme heat and cold. The other two terrestrial planets, Mercury and Venus, are very hot because too they are so near to the sun, so they are very hot. They having 400 degrees Celsius heat. Venus is the second planet for the Sun, but it is hotter than Mercury. The Venus is second planet, but that is hot than the Mercury. Now we will learn about the atmosphere with the life-supporting gas. First step is troposphere, then stratosphere, then mesosphere, then thermosphere, then exosphere. Troposphere is where weather occurs. Stratosphere contains ozone layer. Mesosphere protects Earth's surface from being by most meteoroids. And the last, exosphere and thermosphere is the outermost layer of the Earth. Atmosphere is the layer of the air around the Earth in the mixture of gases like nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide, helium and argon less than 1%. Ozone present in the Earth's atmosphere absorbs the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. The atmosphere also prevents loss of heat from the Earth's surface and help to keep the Earth warm. This is the life cycle of the water. First, water gets evaporated from the sun and condenses in the vapor state. Then it's come down in the water state to the river. It's back. This is a water cycle. Earth is a water planet with 70% of the Earth's surface being covered by water. Water can absorb enormous amount of heat without causing much change in its temperature. During the day, water bodies rapidly absorb enormous amount of heat. Thus, the Earth remains very cool at night. The water bodies release vast amount of heat that they absorb during the day, which along with other atmospheric effects keep most of the surface from freezing at night. But for the tremendous amount of water on the Earth, the far greatest day-night temperature variation would exist. Hard crust of the Earth becomes soil and substance plants. This is called the solid crust. See the picture. The blue color is the oceanic crust and the green and black color is the continental crust. The brown color is the astronosphere is capable of flow and extend to a depth of about 660 km. The lithosphere consisting of the uppermost layer of the mantle pulse. The crust is solid and rigid. The rigid upper layer extends to the depth of about 100 km, somewhat deeper under the continuous area. Now I will learn about a nutrition cycle. See this picture. Nutrition cycle. Water and air penetrate soil, then it's called rocks and broken down. Minerals and other nutrition released into soil and then the plants growth. Decomposers break down organic matters. Then rocky subsoil, dead leaves and other plants and animals another. This is the carbon cycle. See this picture clearly. First, the cow give out carbon dioxide and then the tree takes in carbon dioxide and give us oxygen. Then plant create oxygen with photosynthesis. Then oxygen goes to the sun and the animal get oxygen to breathe properly. Then a nitrogen cycle. See this picture very smoothly. See. First, the dendrites bacteria goes to the dendrication N2. Then the nitrogen fixation comes to the nitrogen fixation bacteria. Then the NH2 plus NO2 give rise to the nitrogen bacteria. NH3 goes to the nitrogen bacteria and then NH3. Now the last oxygen cycle is give us life. Oxygen help to give oxygen from the plants. When you when we g- when we give out carbon dioxide, then the plants and the trees take in the carbon dioxide and give us oxygen. So friends, last but not the least, thank you for watching this video. Like this video because in lockdown period we are teaching you some things. So please, thank you. Bye. Tata.